Hey, I'm Anthony. I'm the editor for Anime Reviews. And before we start the video, I just want to clarify no one at Funimation has lost their job. All right, it's business as usual. Everything's regular. No big changes have happened. And I just wanted to state that before we get started with this. All right, and now back to Richie.
Wow. Okay, I got to start off by saying I do have a bias in this. I have friends and I know people at Funimation, and I just want to get that out of the bag, so I will have a bias about this. Uh, but I wanted to be honest with you guys about that. So, while I think this is good for the consumer, I do have a sense of worry about some of the friends that I made at Funimation and whether they're still gonna have a job. That's part of it. Okay, so Funimation is merging with Crunchyroll, and I gotta go ahead and warn you, I will be reading a lot of the stuff that's happening here. It's off to the side, but I am slowly moving it to the main screen in front, so I will be looking at stuff while I'm doing that. So I'm sorry in advance. I may not look at the camera all the time, and that's the thing that's gonna happen just in general on most of the videos moving forward. And I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for that, but there will be times that you see me reading something because there's important information that I want to make sure that I don't mess up on here. And sometimes you'll see like the article that I'm reading up on screen. Sometimes you'll just see me reading. Now, I am going to do my best to avoid writing a lot of scripted stuff, because if I write a lot of very scripted stuff, I won't look at the camera. I'll be reading a lot of the time because that's how my ADHD brain works. But for those videos, I think it will be like kind of clips and images that are going to be on screen in a very kind of mother's basement style way. And then the other time we're going with a bit of like both of how you guys have seen it. But that having been said, I'm not going to apologize for reading. It's just kind of how it's going to be. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. You can find a lot of other anime tubers out there that are talking about this news. But let's get into it now that I've said my piece. Funimation content is moving to Crunchyroll for the world's largest anime library. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's really cool. So they're like merging together. And there is a lot of stuff on here. There's a lot of content that they put out. We're going to have links to all the Funimation stuff that's moving to Crunchyroll. I'll have a link to that. And I'm going to go a little bit over the FAQ, but let's just jump into what this actually means. So keep in mind, this is huge propaganda. I mean, I wouldn't say propaganda. All right, it has like that happy spin on it of like, this is great news, and it's like there's pluses and minuses to everything, so just keep that in mind. All right, so anime just powered up is the thing that they start with. Funimation, which serves millions of fans over 52 countries and in 10 languages, will be unifying under the Crunchyroll brand. This move will include Funimation's subsidiary, Wakanim, as well as Crunchyroll's Verve, to create one subscription service for our anime fans worldwide. What does this mean? This means all your anime all on one platform. Starting today, tons of shows and movies from Funimation and Wakanim will begin arriving on Crunchyroll, so you'll get more dubs, more subs, more everything. That includes titles like My Hero Academia, Tokyo Ghoul, and Yu Yu Hakusho, alongside favorites like Cowboy Bebop and Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, all under one subscription. Check out the list of new arrivals on Crunchyroll with more to come. And they do have a list of it. And I will say that a lot of what's happening is a lot of the dubs are coming to Crunchyroll. So I'm hoping that this still means that like the dubbing side of things for Funimation is still very active, because I don't know if this means that Funimation is going away. I did see the hashtag Rip Funimation going around, but where it got started was a little alarming because it's a Funimation employee. And also, we at Fat Dog Studios have friends that work at Funimation. We have friends that are last I heard, were still working to apply to work at Funimation. So this is kind of a little, what's going on here? There's definitely that question in the air. All right, so this also means new series in upcoming spring season, the biggest on record, stay tuned, in parentheses there, and beyond will only stream on Crunchyroll moving forward. Funimation will only add new episodes of continuing series, which means Funimation users will want to move to a Crunchyroll account as soon as possible. That's why now, as a welcome to the new Crunchyroll family, Funimation, Wakanim, and Verve subscribers get a special deal for 60 days on Crunchyroll Premium free. Over the next few days, qualified Funimation, Wakanim, and Verb subscribers will receive an email with their unique link to redeem. With an announcement this big, we know there are bound to be questions, so they put out an FAQ. Now, this is a Funimation update. I don't know how this necessarily works with Verve. From what I was understanding, Verve was basically a Crunchyroll thing. And so I've been using Verve more than I've been using Funimation, mostly because of like the dark screen. I like I don't like the bright, vibrant white background that they had for Crunchyroll. I prefer the beta that they use because that's pretty cool. And um, yeah, just not being blinded by like a huge, very lit screen. That helps a lot. Here is the Q&A. Funimation and Wakanim content is moving to Crunchyroll. What does that mean? As of March 2022, existing and new Crunchyroll subscribers will have access to a library and simulcast content previously exclusive to Funimation and Wakanim. All new services from the upcoming spring 2022 season will stream exclusively on Crunchyroll. Funimation and Wakanim will only continue to add new episodes of current series. For more details, visit the Crunchyroll release calendar, and you can do that. If I have a Crunchyroll subscription and a Funimation subscription, should I cancel one of them? All new series from the upcoming spring 2022 season will stream exclusively on Crunchyroll going forward, and you will be able to watch 80% of Funimation and Wakanim's most popular existing series on Crunchyroll by the end of March of 2022. So if you already have a Crunchyroll subscription, then you're all set and can go ahead and cancel Funimation when you're ready. Please note that you won't see your Funimation watch history or queue in Crunchyroll yet. That's a thing that will be coming up. We're working on that right now. Find out how you can cancel your Funimation subscription here, and then they provide a link for you if you need to cancel your Funimation subscription. However, keep in mind that I will be talking about a few things that I haven't seen on Crunchyroll yet that are still Funimation only. So if you're a fan of certain shows, you may want to stick with your Funimation account for a little bit longer, at least until those series end, especially if they're like seasonal shows, and then you may want to move over. How can I access Crunchyroll with my Funimation login account credentials? Not at this time. If you're a Funimation, Wakanim, or Verve subscriber, the best way to get access to the latest shows is to just start a new subscription. I don't understand why they're adding Verve to this. I'm gonna need clarification on this because I was under the impression that Verve was a Crunchyroll thing. I wasn't aware that they were separate entities entirely. From how I understood it, Verve started out as being Crunchyroll working with other groups, and they made their own thing. Uh, do I need to cancel my Verve account? That's a question I need to have. But I've seen a lot of the stuff that was coming to Crunchyroll is now up on Verve. So is Verve and Crunchyroll separate now, or are they still connected? What the heck is going on? Can I access Crunchyroll with my Funimation log? Oh, okay, already did that. Can I use a Funimation gift card on Crunchyroll? No, you cannot use Funimation gift cards on Crunchyroll right now, but don't discard them just yet. Keep your eyes peeled for future updates. So it is a possibility, guys. So that's important information. Will my Funimation watch history and Funimation Q be viewable on Crunchyroll? We're working on it. You've worked hard to catch up on all your shows, so we're working hard to find a solution that will transfer your watch history. We'll let you know as soon as it's ready. Can I manage my Funimation account through Crunchyroll now that you're the same company? No. Please continue to manage your account separately for now. Please note that you won't see your Funimation digital copy, watch history, or queue in Crunchyroll yet, but we're working on it. So that's a good thing. So your Funimation digital copies may come over to Crunchyroll so you don't have to buy them a second time. That would be very helpful. When is X series from Funimation going to be available on Crunchyroll? We want to get the content you love on Funimation available to you here on Crunchyroll as soon as possible. Mini series are available now, and we'll continue adding more shows from Funimation on a regular basis after that. All new series for the upcoming spring season will also stream exclusively on Crunchyroll going forward. Okay. The only worry I have is that with the anime reviews and stuff like that, one of the things I was looking into starting to do was doing interviews with actors and directors and things like that about um just sitting down and chatting with that. And Funimation is one of the ones that's really easy to get a hold of, and they're really good at working with you. Like I have worked with Viz. Now I have some friends at Crunchyroll that used to work for Funimation back when I was doing the podcast that moved over to Crunchyroll, and I'm like, I'm hoping I can get a hold of them from there. And I have worked with Crunchyroll before. We had Fairy Tale Podcast and Konoha Corner stuff up on Crunchyroll as well. It didn't take off, but technically it's all still there. However, there is a little bit of worry in the back of my head as to whether they're going to be interactive with their fan base when it comes to stuff like this. Do we have to go through an agent, or is it like, hey, can I go through Crunchyroll to talk to yada director or yada actor about these shows? And then there's also the fact that, is Funimation shutting down? Is there no longer going to be a Funimation? What is happening to Verve? Because they're saying, hey, if you have Verve, transfer over. And I'm like, wait, what? But 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 what? So I'm very, very confused about several things, and I don't have answers for you at the moment. But I will be looking into it to hopefully find you answers and also find me answers, because I'm a little concerned about what's going on now too. I will say, as far as like Fat Dog stuff, ironically, Log Horizon has just returned back to Crunchyroll, all of it. Uh, so that's kind of funny. Like I said, most of it was dubs. So Fire Force dubs are on Crunchyroll now. Fruits Baskets dubs are on Crunchyroll. Most of everything that I see here is just saying dub or sub and dub. But like Yu Yu Hakusho, that's a big one. All 112 episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho. All the dubbed episodes of stuff by Funimation are coming to Crunchyroll, and that just leads me to believe it's like, okay, because they're saying they're ending Funimation, but like in what way? Is it just now you have Crunchyroll California and Texas divisions? Like, is that what's happening? Is it all just Crunchyroll, or is Funimation just going away entirely? Like, what the heck is going on? I want to know, because that has not been made clear at all. Whew. Sub and dub of Arifureta is going to be on Crunchyroll, but I'm not 100% sure on if that means that season 2 or if that's just season 1. Not 100%. But there's a bunch of stuff on here that I think people will be very happy about. As a consumer, it's a good thing. Anybody that works in the industry, this is kind of a little bit scary. I mean, we talked about the fact that Sony owns both of them now, and it's kind of like a bit of a monopoly, and that there was a merger between these two, and it seems like the merger, people were worried that Funimation was going to acquire Crunchyroll, and now it's the opposite. It's Crunchyroll acquired Funimation. I gotta say, though, between the two streaming platforms, when it comes to Funimation versus Crunchyroll has the better streaming platform. The way that their website is laid out and everything, it was just a lot better. I get that Funimation was trying to do its own thing. I wasn't I don't use Funimation enough to know if they have like a dark mode, but I know that Crunchyroll does now, and that was a big, big thing that I think needed to happen, because the less bright light you have to use, the less taxing it is on your computer and your monitors and your eyes in total. But I mean, it's just it's kind of a mixed bag with me. I'm curious to hear what your opinions are. Or do you think this is a great thing? Does this scare the shit out of you? Are you kind of meh about it? Like, let me know where your thoughts on here. And of course, make sure to check the links below for the news articles for this particular thing. And of course, for the full list of all the anime that are going to be moving over to Crunchyroll. I'm Richie Roberts. I do anime reviews. Again, I know it's been a while. I missed you. But I'll have a video coming out very soon explaining why I took a break. And that having been said, though, guys, keep watching more anime. Bye for now.